Immortality has a drawback: loneliness. But Tarnum found friendship with the long-lived dragons and happiness in the joy they drew from each day.
Dude, he's doing dragon parkour.
Then, one bleak morning, the dragons disappeared, gone without explanation. And it was up to Tarnum to find out why.
Alright. Looks like we're not getting any tier 7 units. Clash of the Dragons. When the good dragons disappear, Tarnum is drawn into an epic battle with Muteir, the Dragon Queen. His greatest struggle, however, will be learning to be human again. Yo, here we go! Muteir. Alright, so it really does pick up off of Armageddon's Blade. The Dragontalker. The good dragons are missing, and the only person who might know their whereabouts is the Dragontalker. Tarnum must find her. Do not lose Tarnum. All heroes will be limited to level 6, but all of Tarnum's skills, spells, and experience will transfer to the next scenario. Oh good, we don't even have to pretend to care about other heroes. There's also no enemies on this map. I like that. You have all the time in the world. Does that mean we're going to be Jelly? 5 sharpshooters or 2,000 gold? I'll take the sharpshooters because they're just awesome. Alright, let's do it.
It is no surprise that the immortal hero came to live among the long-lived elves and dragons. He was still human after all, and humans need companionship. Soon, the dragons would learn how seriously Tarnum took friendship.
What's he gonna do? Hunt him down? No cheating! For the past 20 or so years, I have lived among the elves in these beautiful forests. I have fought beside them, laughed with them, and learned their ways. Perhaps my favorite time of year is the Spring Festival. Everyone is so filled with happiness and a love for life. It's a cheerful time that helps me forget my past. But this year the festival was shadowed by the absence of the green and gold dragons. It's most unlike them to break a promise. And then last night the ancestors visited me. They had another task for me to complete, but I already knew what they wanted me to do. I know, I said. The dragons must be found. Even if the ancestors hadn't assigned me this task, I would have gone in search of the good dragons. Over the years, these long-lived creatures have become my beloved friends. They understand what I am, and they do not fear me. To them, my past is just that. Over. For the friendship they have shown me, I owe it to them to find out what has happened. But first there was Werejack, the orphan boy I have been raising. I needed to find someone to watch him. Whoa. Tarnum. Judged by the ancestors as unworthy of entering paradise, Tarnum wanders the lands. Oh yeah, it's the same one every time. Alright, so 11 sharpshooters. We are Jeliu. Hello, Promotex. Welcome to the stream. Marisha and... minutes. Dun 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 dun. You hear the thunder of hooves on the earth, and turn to face your enemy as a group of horsemen ride over a nearby rise. No, not horsemen. Centaurs, man and horse combined. You know them to be fierce warriors, and this shaggy lot seems prepared to attack. Hey there, Wilson. Wilson! Alright, so tactics. We want tactics. If we're playing as a Jeliu stand-in, we want tactics. Considering our past, I almost didn't call upon Adrienne, but she was the only one I trusted to watch the orphan boy I've come to think of as my son. What? As I approached her solitary hut, which I helped her build when we were still together, Adrienne, a dark-haired beauty, opened the door. It's been a while, Tarnum, she said. I could tell by her tone that she wished it hadn't been so long. I need a favor, Adrienne, I said. What makes you think I'll help you, she said. She was still angry with me, still hurt because I ended our relationship with no excuse. Because I know you love Werejack almost as much as I. I must go away. I need you to watch him. Where is the little devil? Hunting, I said. I don't want to be here when he gets back. I don't want to have to explain. Yeah, I understand. Explanations aren't your strong point, are they? She snapped. I sighed. Maybe I shouldn't have come here. Then Adrienne said, I'll take him, of course. How long will you be gone? Should I tell him you're never coming back? That's not fair, Adrienne. So what? I'm not feeling like being fair today. I shook my head. If I didn't leave now, I never would. It may be as short as a couple weeks, I said, or as long as several months. I don't know yet. I'll tell him. Tell him I love him, Adrienne, and I swear I'll be back as soon as I can. I turned away, telling myself that Jack would be safe. By the ancestors, I prayed. Let me find the dragons quickly. Okay, what? Where did we meet Adrienne? Where was this history? As far as I remember, Adrienne was an enemy in, the first campaign. That might have just been by happenstance, and we have the wood. Now we do. The centaurs that normally guard the sawmill from bandits beg to join your army in search of the dragons. As the leader explains, we've all fought beside them in battle, and each of us owes a blood debt to the dragons. If you do not let us join, then we shall take up your quest anyway. Sometimes, centaurs just don't take no for an answer, so you let them join your ranks. All 9 of them. I managed to convince the Elven King of Avley to send me to find out what happened to the missing dragons. He suggested I seek the Dragontalker, an ancient elven woman who lives among the good dragons. She knows them better than any other mortal, but after centuries living among the dragons, she's become a bit of a recluse. Finding her may be a problem. There's no time limit, right? Oh, alright. Accumulate creatures. Alright. You hear a whistling sound whip by. Then you cry out and grab your shoulder. Your tunic and the flesh underneath are torn. Buried in the ground several yards behind you is an arrow. You don't see the archers until you turn toward the nearby trees. A group of elven outlaws step from their camouflage and attack. I thought they would join me. I thought wrong. Hit them. Yes! Yes! Yes, they took the bait! Absolute mad elves! Damn it. Still lost. While in the service of Avley, I fought in the Forest Guard beside a young Voor elf named Jelyu. What? He invented an interesting bow, used only by the most experienced archers. These elite troops were called sharpshooters. Using Jelyu's design for the bow, I am training my own sharpshooters for the battle ahead. These bows have an excellent range and are far more effective than almost all other ranged troops. I just hope they serve me as well as they did Jelyu. Restart. The stoic dwarves aren't known for their carefree games, but when they do play, there is always a wager in the contest. As you join a group of dwarves in an axe-throwing game, you bet your horse against the shield of the dwarven lords. A burly dwarf takes the first throw, hitting just above the bullseye. Unfortunately, the shaft of his axe is blocking the target. There's no way you can win. Gritting your teeth, you pitch your axe sidearm with all your strength, cleaving the first axe in two as you hit dead center. To the amazement of the dwarves, you win! You wander across a group of adolescent centaurs wrestling each other, and as you approach, they invite you to join them. When a man wrestles a centaur, he's at a great disadvantage, both of size and strength. But you have countless years of skill behind you. One by one, you eliminate the teens until you stand victorious over them all. And just before you leave, they present you with a gift. Your prize for such a tremendous display of prowess. Yeah. Need wood. And the wise words of Pudik. Where the fuck is all they wood? Hey, Sitting Great Up. Welcome to the stream. Well, I can take this fight. Stubborn like all dwarves, this stocky band of warriors refuse to move from the path, nor will they listen to reason. What could it be? I asked one of the elven captains. What could possibly keep the dragons from the festival? Hard to imagine anything powerful enough to kill them all or imprison them. No such force exists. At least I hope it doesn't, the captain says. But the other alternative is just as unreasonable. Dragons never break a promise. And even if it was something beyond their control, they would have told the Elven King about it and apologized for their absence. True, says the captain, nodding. True. Then what? That is the question that plagues me. Hey, gold mine. Come on, morale. Come on, morale. That was 3 times. Yeah. So that happened. Battle is simple if you bring mummies. That was something else right there. Thank you, advanced leadership. You're too kind. Rate this. Hey, Leo. Yeah, seriously, dude, that was 5 times. 5 blinds. What am I supposed to do there? Alright, I read that. Alright, I'll fight this. There we go, I can win this one. Some BS is what I call that. Alright, look at him now. Double blind, absolute madman. Dumb game. There we go. Thank you, game, for continuing to have just the most spectacular secondary skill options. As I begin to formally organize my army, I appointed a dwarf named Kerbin as the master of supplies, because his kind are obsessed with every minute detail. He'll make sure nothing turns up missing. During my first conference with Kerbin, he shook his head at the list in his hand and said, "You don't expect me to support this army in what I have here, do you? Well, what do you need? Everything! Wood, gold, ore, gems, everything! Don't be leaving any piles of resources lying around, and you best flag all mines too. If such common work is too mundane for you, sir, then hire someone to do it for you while you go off killing things." Fine. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, Walter Mumley. No, not after the last one. There's still other characters races. Lol. No dragons this run? They left! What do you want from me? They just flew away. Nah, it's fine, Sitting Grey Duck. Thank you very much for the compliments. I wasn't reading item stories. Well, that's what told me that he wasn't just like from your stream and then started complimenting you here. Because I figured you weren't reading all the item descriptions out loud. The elves are so willing to help me that I've had to tell many of them to return to their homes and wait. If I had need of them, I would send word. Obviously, a strong bond has been formed between elves and dragons, and I suddenly realized why I've chosen to stay among these people for so long. In the past, I rarely stayed anywhere for long, because I never felt part of any one place. As an immortal, I would only make friends that would age and die before my eyes. But not the elves and dragons. And not only do they live for a long time, but when they form a friendship, there is nothing that can break it. Except if I read the campaign description, something did break this. I have learned that to research the to reach the Dragontalker, I must first pass through the Red Border Guard, and only the Keymaster in the Red Tent has the authority to give someone access. I just hope the Dragontalker still lives. If something happened to the dragons, then couldn't the same thing have happened to the old healer who lives among them? Indeed. A start. And 17 more sharpshooters. Bravo. Bravissimo. Ah, alright. Morale! Hip hip! Morale! Never morale. Expert leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Expert leadership. Evidently not. I'm actually surprised one of them didn't get morale, I'll admit. 4, so I can still reach there. Hey, the first, I'll take ownership for this loss, but that first one with those unicorns, that was some BS, and you know it. That morale was not right. That's not morale. Expert leadership, ladies and gentlemen. Expert leadership. You know what I need? Implosion. Not implosion, inferno, or any of those spells. Well, seriously, what was I supposed to do against those unicorns blinding me? Perfectly blinding me every single hit. It was ridiculous. Why do you keep saying I, Neo? I don't believe you're actually doing anything here. And that's like the third one you said I. Unicorn's Revenge, yes. Oh my god. This game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. dun, dun, dun. I'm not wasting time. But you're not me. Let me see. One little bird. Yep, one bird. One bird. Just checking. Just checking. One bird. 3 birds and +1. Let's see. So we have +4 morale against +1 morale. They have gotten it 3 times in this fight, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, I'm done. No, we're not. 4 times. All right, I'm not wasting our time. This is that's. Ladies and gentlemen, morale. In a nutshell. Anyone who ever tells me that it's only 12% for AI, you're wrong. Seriously, Rick? What was that? Alright, so you dwarves. This morning, as we prepared to leave, an elderly elf approached riding on the back of a powerful stag. Despite his age, the elf was still agile enough to drop off his mount and extend a hand. I am Aspen, a druid and your advisor, the old elf said. My advisor? I said. I don't recall asking for one, much less selecting one. That's because my people selected one for you. They wanted someone wise and experienced, someone who knows much of the world. The choice, I admit, was obvious. I'm sure no one else was considered, since I am the wisest elf alive. And so modest, I said. Modesty is for halflings, Aspen said, jumping onto the back of his stag. So, where do we go today? I mounted my horse and said, I would think someone as wise as yourself would already know that. Aspen laughed, and we became immediate friends. See, I thought this was going to be another I hate you relationship. He was very understanding today. You lean against the tree to get out of the hot midday sun, but suddenly a pair of strong arms wrap around you. They squeeze the breath from your lungs and effortlessly lift you into the air, pitching you several feet away into the dirt. When you come to your feet, you notice the entire forest moves. The trees surround you and angrily close in for the kill. Hey, look at that! Can't make this up, ladies and gentlemen. This game. About time. Yeah, it's only a whole fight too late. Modesty is for halflings. I know, thank goodness we got that morale and luck when we really needed it most. Checkmate, Aspen said as he knocked over my wooden king with his rook. You're good, I said, my fists were clenched at my sides. I hadn't lost a game of chess in a very long time, and I didn't like it. Yes, although when you're this good, the game loses some of its appeal, I'm afraid, Aspen said as he scooped the wooden pieces into a pouch on his hip. Tomorrow a rematch, I grumbled. It was even worse, losing to this arrogant elf. You said you had some news, I said. Oh, yes. I've arranged for troops to be trained at the Centaur stables. Return there each week and they'll have new recruits waiting for you. Aspen tucked his board under one arm and walked away. What? We know this already. It's gonna get morale. I feel it. I feel it. They're gonna get morale on this stack and nail that one. Wow. See, look at that guy's reverse psychology. Call it out. It won't do the BS. Okay. I want the castle. Obviously, they're not going to give us any wood. They try to be Hardak, and they never can. Hardak. Not building Fountain of Fortune in week 1. How dare I? Logistics, tactics, earth, air, offense, wisdom. I bet I won't get any of that, but it is what it is. Huh, well, there's that. What's my recommendation? Try to rush a capital for a strong economy, or rush troop buildings for the end of the first week? Depends on the difficulty setting, although usually you want to try to rush the troop buildings just so you have them, and then hope to find enough gold. I mean, with this difficulty setting, I can easily do exactly that. Although there will be other ones where you can't get away with that. So, to each their own. You can actually build up this Tarnum. Oh, good. And now I can actually get crap for my Tarnum. Still enjoy doing it. Last night, I witnessed another trait that I have learned to love about elves. Even when the seriousness of our quest to find the dragons weighs heavily on their thoughts, my soldiers found time for a game. As long as they live, you would think the elves would become somber, even boring. Yes, they are thoughtful people, always willing to consider the consequences of their actions before they act, but they also know how to live each day. Upon their request, I joined them. We kicked around a child's ball with no clear objective other than keeping it away from the other team. I wish I could say my team won, but maybe next time. Yep. I mean, it's to each their own, as long as you're playing for yourself. Now, I am not. Although normally sensible, a pack of war unicorns blocks your path to the monolith ahead. They refuse to listen to reason. They snort and stomp about, taunting you, and then you notice a froth collecting in the mouths of the beasts. Wild weed. Unicorns normally know better than to eat wild weed, so you wonder if someone managed to feed it to them without them knowing it. Oh, they own that dank weed. Unicorns, stay off the weed. Gotcha. Ladies and gentlemen, battlefield tactics. Nice, look at that. Morale. Yeah, you better go the other way. See ya. They're going around. That was the point. That literally all went according to plan. Artificial intelligence. Absolute madmen. Ladies and gentlemen, battlefield tactics. That's all I'll say here. You meet a traveler who offers slush. Oh yeah, I read that one before. When I saw the green dragon swooping over the treetops last night, I thought my quest was over. Perhaps the good dragon simply forgot about the spring festival. I called out, weaving for it to land so we could talk, but the dragon dove sharply at my position. If I had not known dragons so well, I would not have recognized its battle dive. It attacked! Luckily, my men and I were able to take cover in a thick portion of the forest, where the green dragon wasn't able to assault us, and eventually it gave up and flew away. Oh, whoops, there was more to that. Alright. Hold on. Go away. But the malevolent expression on its face bothers me still. What could turn the good creature I know into the enraged beast I saw last night? Moralka. Tree of knowledge. Wow. I am exhausted, as that typo showed. Hey, look at that. It's the Dragontalker. It's a green dragon. I think. Minos, the hands of fate. There it is. No. There's the capital. Yes, Neo, that is exactly why I'm exhausted. I also had to stay late at work today, so that was also fun. But I gotta start waking up earlier anyway, so... Partially because I just have to start waking up earlier, and partially because I need to finish these before next Tuesday, and we still have 5 chapters to go, including this one. Alright. And hey, Lord Yarick, welcome to the stream. Oh, is it on Discord? Because I'll probably enjoy it a lot more after the stream when I see it than I will right now. Titans, powerful creatures of the towers. That's what I'm banking on, Neo. My master of supplies, Kerbin, gripes endlessly about the way I spend gold. What are you doing, dropping it on the ground as you ride? He often says. Kerbin insists I visit the windmill and the mystical garden each week to pick up the gold and resources they provide. Anything to shut the dwarf up. Well, I won't be doing that. Alright. Revenge! Revenge! Stun locks like that anywhere else. Dude, that was some bullshit. What happens next Tuesday? My classes start up again for college, and my time to stream will be incredibly limited. Go that way. You bastard dwarves. Morale, ladies and gentlemen. It's a fucking terrible thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so only that one's a danger. Oh. Forgot about that one. Could actually reach. And I lost shock shooters. Oh well. Wisdom. It gave us an actually good. Something good. Absolute mad game. Dun, dun, dun. I don't start college, I go back to college. The difference there. I'm already in college, there's no starting it. Dun 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 dun. A report comes in that an elven farm was mysteriously ransacked last night. The field was torn up and all the animals are missing. Thankfully, the farmer was away at the time. I sent Aspen to investigate the scene. Left, Unicorn Valley. Right, unknown. Not mistaken, I'm at max level, right? Level 6. Full level 6. Yeah, look, 5 unicorns. It's like what Mika lost to a horde of mummies. Ah! 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 Goal team! Go team! Whoops. A band of renegade dwarves blocked this pass, knowing that someone would one day need to enter the valley beyond. One of the guards looks down at you from above and laughs. If you want to pass, then you gotta pay. 5,000 gold and 15 crystals is the current toll. Hold there while we count it, the dwarven guard says, and then disappears inside the tower. You wait for more than an hour, and just when you think you've been tricked, the doors open. You're free to pass, the dwarf says. You're admiring the flowery fields around you when the ground suddenly gives out beneath you. You don't drop far, but by the time you pick yourself up, you find that you are surrounded. Out of little holes spring a horde of nasty eyeless creatures. Troglodytes! These troglodytes must be the ones who have been raiding the local farms. One of them sniffs the air, then turns directly toward you. Ah, son, you're the one we've been sent for, says the troglodyte. Come along now, and they attack. What? Me click. No, it wasn't a me click, I just didn't realize. I forgot that they would actually be going first. Nice little firing squad we've got here. A legion of troglodytes. See ya. See ya. Wouldn't wanna be ya. Dun 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 dun. Dun, dun. The sun reflects off something in a flower bed, so you dismount and carefully step between the beautiful flowers so you don't crush any. And there, long forgotten, is the pendant of Total Recall. Graveyard graphics, yeah man, it's the holy ground. "12 unicorns." Aspen returns from his investigation of the ransacked farm. It's a true mystery. To him, the entire farm was destroyed, and anything that was remotely edible was stolen. Aspen says, "Could it be a dragon?" I ask. No. There were no tracks in or out of the farm, but there were plenty left behind at the site. They were small and a lot of them, but I can't tell you what they belong to, the elder elf says, shaking his head. Wise elf? What a dumb elf. I know what it is. Those troglodytes. Silly elf. Calls himself all wise and noble. Come on, really? Had to have been one that I knew already. Called himself a wise elf and I knew it the whole time. Not anytime soon, Jacobs. There have been 2 more raids on farms. This time, however, the farmers weren't so lucky as to be away at the time. They were killed. I've noticed a pattern in the attacks, though. They always happen at night, and they're moving in one direction. North. I promised to put an end to them. And since I can't be everywhere at once, I call upon some of the elves that wanted to join me earlier to pick up their bows and stand guard over the farms each night. I hope that's enough. The big one! The big one! Alright, I think we're almost done here. Crest of Valor. We would love to let you through, Tarnum, a guard shouts from one of the windows, but the one who holds the key to the gate slipped and hit his head last week. His memory hasn't been the same since. You see, he forgot where he hid the key. But I must get through, you say? Well, there is one chance. If you could find the Pendant of Total Recall, perhaps that will cure the Gatekeeper's forgetfulness. It's worth a try, you say? The pendant! Throw it up here! The guard disappears for a long time, and just when you think they've forgotten you, the door's open. Standing in the doorway with a sheepish grin on his face is the Gatekeeper. Sorry about that. Next time, I'll leave the key under the doormat. What a guy. What's a green dragon? Alright, so that's the end of that. Start skipping turns for story, unless we've gotten them all already. Which we seem to have. Alright. So just quickly load that back up. And end the map. Ahead is the home of the Dragontalker, but even as you approach, you notice a pair of angry green dragons tearing through her gardens. They seem prepared to destroy the house and the Dragontalker as well. Even as you draw your sword and attack, you regret your actions. To destroy such a beautiful creature is wrong, but you don't see any way to avoid it. Well... Rockanoon! 7 scenarios to go. That'll save them. See, it saved them. They were scared. Greetings, Tarnum. The dragons have spoken kindly of you. They call you a friend. Not many humans have earned such respect from their kind, so it is fitting that you became their champion. I fear for the good dragons, Tarnum. They were drawn from their caves as if pulled by some unseen hand. I saw it in their eyes. They could not resist, and they did not want to go. Here, you will need these war unicorns to get safely back to the Elven King. Tell him that on behalf of the dragons, I have selected you to save them. He is bound by his alliance with the dragons to give you whatever assistance you request. Now, have a seat, Tarnum. The story I have to tell you might take a while. Let me make you some tea, and then I will tell you what I know of your enemy. To begin, let me tell you about the Dragon Queen of Nyan. 20 good war unicorns. Our enemies will have no choice but to bow down before my power, and we will win.